Don't even run for the one that can cheat. Run for the one that will cheat and will never be scared that you find out. This very case of Tubaba and his wife, the divorce that is he existing already or they are still in process? I am actually interested in this. The reason why I'm interested is because it points out to something I've been interested to talk about right here. There's a mistake. The two of them are the cause of this problem. The two of them, and this very thing has been really eating deep into so many lives. And you see, this very mistake is common in Africa, particularly in Nigeria here. This mistake is something that people make all the time before they end up as husband and wife. Now I'm going to break these mistakes in details by not numbering them. I'm going to be using Two-Face Idibia and the wife to illustrate whatsoever I want to illustrate, to give you a perfect example, picture of what I mean. Now if you actually follow Tubaba and Annie, you get to realize that from the get-go there has been a mismatch in affection existing between them. What I mean by this, in relationships where two people are actually claiming to be in love or are actually married, their level of affection doesn't always align. It's very evident. Their level of affection is very evident that either is lacking one side, or it's insufficient in one side, or it's totally insufficient in the both of them. And in the case of Annie and Two-Face, this has been very evident. Between them, it has been very evident, unless people do not pay attention actually. From the start, it was so clear that the person who actually wanted the marriage more was Annie. This thing of one person pushing the idea always and there's a resistance shows that there's an imbalance in it and should be stopped in the first place. And when you find out that this thing is one-sided, you shouldn't leave. You should find out exactly why that thing is that one-sided. Once you figure out that this person, the only person thinking about this marriage thing is one person, if you're the person resisting it, ask yourself, why is this so? If you don't love the people enough, assess it, dissect it, and keep that result one place. If there is something that is really threatening you about you committing to this person to a long-term thing, write it down as well. If it's something that is not fixable, communicate with the person, leave that relationship be peace. Because no matter the big picture of you, the girl, or you, the man, if it's one-sided, you would definitely regret it in the long run. There's no reason why you will not regret it. This is exactly what is happening to idibia right now. And the two of them are not bad people. Because how we are actually assessing and dissecting this whole thing, the two of them are not bad people. They're actually two good people who didn't settle with what they wanted. Annie actually thought that yes, Two-Face is the perfect man for him. And while Annie was actually thinking that Two-Face is actually the perfect man for him, she didn't pause for a second to ask or to know or to find out if this guy, this perfect man that I've actually kept here, loves me the way I love him or wants to commit with me the same way I want to commit with him. She felt that no, the questions are totally unnecessary. Instead of thinking of finding out, she felt that she can actually defend every other external forces and made her way into the marriage. She would definitely suffer the mistakes in the future. And while Annie was actually expecting this, she was actually investing in the journey, supporting his career, but support alone is not enough to build a home. See, a home should be built on love, first thing, mutual respect, commitment to navigate life together. It is very important. You mustn't be thinking alone. If you look at their marriage, you can tell that these elements are totally lacking or insufficient. When peace is actually missing from any relationship, it is a clear sign that something has actually gone wrong. Often long before the problems became apparent, another easy way to find out that your man, especially, let me use man in this context, that your man is not really into you, respect you that much, doesn't really want you, he's only settling with you because of maybe one or two reasons, not really because that's exactly what he wants. And you know that in marriage you need that person you want to some extent so that it will balance. If you've ever caught your husband cheating as a woman, and you later saw him again doing something after apologizing, and you still later caught him again, you really need to reconsider your staying in that home. You know why I said this? Sometimes cheating is also a red flag. It's also a message to you. But most of the times, we always stop with that perspective that revolves around, this person is now saying what I'm saying. This person is now eating the food that I'm eating. Which food is that? Sometimes cheating can be a message. It is a message that, see, I'm not really happy with this whole thing. Leave. I'm not really happy with this whole thing. Leave. I'm not really comfortable. This is not something that I wanted to settle for. Cheating is not that easy. For both men and women, if you are feeling that your husband is cheating and you never catch him, or you ever caught your husband cheating and you can tell that he's very scared, he was shivering, he had that feeling of may grand or may enter, and he actually apologized, and you can see through his apologies that yeah, he's actually sorry. You knew that the reason why he cheated in the first place was because he couldn't control his demand for external pleasure. Discipline is not that easy. Just in case you think it's easy, it's not that easy to master that self-discipline of controlling that thing. And even if you're hungry, you go to your partner. So many distractions are out there. So many men are that disciplined, yes. So many men are half disciplined, while so many are not. So that your partner is not shitting on you doesn't mean that you know they're hungry or other people know they're hungry. Let me tell you, if they hungry them, but it's that self-discipline. When you guys are married, the only certificate they give you guys is certificate of marriage. Nobody's giving you the certificate of staying perpetually faithful to that person. You are not told not to admire other people. In fact, if you are told not to admire people, that place that you wedded is a wrong place to wed. You are a human, and what has set you apart from other creatures is discipline. So cheating can actually be a message. And this message is what Baba has been sending to Andy. That is the reason why he has been caught several times. In 2015, they catch him for club, kissing his ex, Pera Deni, which Andy reacted to. In 2022, it still happened, January. See, if you see a man that is not scared, they fool, they menu. There are so many. A lot of men are not scared that their wife caught them. A lot of men are not scared to cheat. Once you see that kind of man, wrong. I am telling you that you think it's all about cheating. If you see the one that will cheat, that will do everything, will spend money, will invest in the journey of cheating just to cover tracks, all because of you, one woman. If I'm saying it, you guys will think I'm promoting something. I'm not promoting anything, but I'm telling you that there are disciplined men, there are half-disciplined men, and there are undisciplined men. To me, the multiple scandals, the multiple cheatings, to me was a message to Annie. I don't tire. Now you they keep me for year. That was the reason why when he planned to leave America, you know, tell him, he don't plan everything, Coco. The young man has been sending a lot of messages, even in his songs. We fight all day. I make love on a lot of songs which this guy don't they drop. The point is this: before you settle with that very person out of pity, out of modesty, decency, or the fact that you just want to tag along, you don't tag along in marriage. You should be committed, fully committed with the person. Make sure your values, make sure that those things you call spec really aligns with the very things you are saying. Because if it doesn't, you will still cheat. You've not really mastered that very art of not cheating at all. It can't be when you settle with somebody when you don't get the things that you've always wanted to settle with. You must cheat. You didn't master that formal discipline. This is very second one you won't master. Disciplined, half disciplined, and fully disciplined. To me, if you ask me, Baba is even half disciplined. For him to go to that marriage in the first place, knowing that this is not what he wanted. Baba knew what he wanted. He went into that marriage because he knew that Annie has been very supportive. And Annie has been pushing herself around the whole thing. He married her, did a wonderful wedding with her. Most artists that we respect today, most artists that we love their lyrics, how they put in words, how they harness words, how they twist and make, how they plot in words. Check them, it's their life experiences. That is the reason why they make sense to you. Those mistakes are the mistakes people make when they are struggling. When you are well-doing, you hardly make mistakes. You will make mistakes, but you will hardly, because at that time you already have lesser frustrations. You have the clarity to make decisions without looking at anybody or pitying anybody or even thinking that you owe anybody anything. But at that time, when you are struggling, you would always think that you owe too many people something. This is the very foundation of so many marriages. That's the reason why it will always not end well. The reason why they seek divorce in the first place is because of money day. If na poor man go dey bear am. You hardly see a well-doing person that married when he was successful that make mistakes. You always see them ending up marrying those people that are also well-doing. It's a wise choice. Just in case you think it's a wise choice. It brings about lesser frustrations in life. You will see, you have the clarity to focus on other things. And once you have the clarity to focus on other things, you will grow in wealth, in your business, and everything you put your hands in. Check out the celebrities you know today that got married, aside the Kim Kardashian family. Those people, that's their business. Marrying wealthy black men and settling with them, taking away that is their thing. So you don't have to count them. And don't count Tiwa Savage. Tiwa Savage felt that he owed TB or something. No, see that way Tiwa Savage wrong come out with debt, so here and there. That is a mistake you make when you are struggling. When you have success, your clarity is there. Every single person in life have preferences in humans. Every single person have preferences. We have spec. If you look at the wealthy's life, you get to find out there are people they want to tag along with. It's not pride. If you see successful people, established successful people, you see that there are people they want to tag along with. They don't just like tagging along with everybody, even if you are in the same industry with them. They know those that have value that they want to tag along with. It's only those who actually pour in mind, pour in catch, pour in everything that will always settle for less. So as for Annie and 2Baba and what is actually happening between them right now, they are just trying to correct a mistake they made in the past. And I just hope Annie will just calm down and let this mistake be corrected once and for all. Else, she will perpetually be shouting up and down, and everybody will still seeing her as a crack person. Everybody will keep seeing her as a lady who shouts and nothing happens. Contain your peace. Contain your peace. This is the reason why I preach about ambition and where girls are. If you ask most girls today, their ambition in life is just to settle with a man. Come on, in this era, most of their ambition is just to settle with a man. Yes, so a man will definitely spend on you. That's the order of how things will work. But be goal-oriented. I wish them well anyway.